Alrighty, well, doing a little bit of little testing with this multiple streaming platform. Um, it's been a very difficult journey trying to figure all this out, but gonna wait a moment or two to have some people join in. Um, it looks like that it's on Facebook already. Um, for those who are on the YouTube or my Facebook stream, please let me know if the audio is good. Please comment. I kind of have my phone right here, kind of showing me some of the comments. So yeah, let me know. Sweet. Yeah, I got using my EOS Rebel T7i camera, so that's why hopefully the quality is good. I got it connected to my computer, so awesome to see people joining in. Cool. Well, yeah. Anyways, it's gonna be something that I'm gonna be starting here, kind of more and more. I know I've been working a lot with Brent at Associated, trying to figure out, trying to maximize our social media, trying to post kind of in all of the streaming platforms like YouTube, which I do my personal racing videos, pro tips and stuff on my YouTube channel. So if you haven't got the time to go check that out, or if you do have the time to go check that out, excuse me, it's Spencer Rivkin is my YouTube account. But yeah, I just figured take some time, hang out with you guys. I got some bodies I need to sticker up. My bodies got cut out by Paul Wynn from J Concepts. Big shout out to him. So just gotta sticker them and have some fun. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your the weekend, Saturday, and looking forward to kind of start off the weekend or next week doing some racing in Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for the new year. Hopefully you guys are pretty pumped as well. Got some stickers here for you. Feel free to ask any questions. I have my computer right here. You guys aren't able to see on the camera, but I can see what's going on in the comments. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. We have Colin in the house, Mike, Corey. What's up, guys? Scott. Appreciate you guys joining in. I'm going to be doing a little bit of stickering, hanging out. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Like I said, this whole multi-streaming, it's actually looks a little bit odd on my side with the Streamlab, but I think we'll kind of have some fun with it. Seems like there's been a lot of silly season going on. Obviously, all my sponsors are staying the same, hopefully for a long time. I really couldn't ask for a better program than what I have now. All my sponsors have been super awesome to me. They're committed to racing, and I'm looking forward to what the future holds. So let's see. So, Stick It One does my stickers. You really can't ask for a better company. I've been getting them done from them for a long time now. He's always done a great job. Brian Cauze used to be the owner, and now Bob had taken over. So it's been awesome to work with Bob. They have a website you're able to go check out on and do an online order, custom order. My dad's in the house. Sweet. What's my thoughts on Cavalry switching to TLR and Proline? I think As being a friend of him, I support whatever he decides to do. I think it's kind of a personal opinion for him of why he thought he needed to switch. I thought kind of where he was at was pretty good, but I also think the companies that he runs for now are also great companies. So it's kind of pick your poison on what feels comfortable. I really kind of want to just focus on my program. Looking forward to kind of racing with him in 2021. Kind of see what 2021 has in for us in the racing scene. So, what about you guys? You guys doing anything different for the new year? Going to more races or anything like that? Comment below. Let's hear your thoughts. So we see what we got. Yeah, Larry Genova painted my bodies. He's been doing it for some time now. Let's see. I'm checking out these comments. It's weird. It kind of does multiple comments. How often do I get new bodies? Wow, Corey, that's a good one. Probably every few races for 8 scale, and then I can probably go quite a while for bodies for 10 scale, but it kind of depends on the occasion. If like we're kind of going to a nationals, I'll definitely show up with some new bodies to the nationals and like a worlds. But I mean, if we do like the Desert Classic, the Surf City, I'll try to rock the same body for quite some time. 10 scale doesn't really get that beat up, but it is nice to have a nice fresh cut body. So Happy New Year, guys. Should be a good year. Let's see. Wow, we got tons of comments. Loganville RC Complex has the biggest novice class. Alright. That's not terrible to hear. I'm always down to see some of the racers. New racers come up. When I was at the Loganville, it was an amazing club race that we had last year, and looking forward to kind of going back out there, hanging out with Jackson and Cade Burnett and all those guys, Mark Moon. Great group of guys. Are we still running the shock spaced back on the 8 scale buggy? I don't run the spacer space back on the 8 scale unless I'm running more than 2 degrees anti-squat. So if you run 2 or 1, the standard shock spacing mount is perfectly fine. Because when you do the anti-squat, it kicks the I have like my 10 scale car, but when the angle of the arm goes more flat, the shock kind of stays in the same position, but it starts getting angled back, then the top of the shock body kind of gets kind of tweaked. So it is good to kind of space the shock out to follow suit with the anti-squat of the arm, angle of the arm. Got a good group of guys, almost 100 viewers. Pretty cool to see. Hope you are coming to the DXR race when it happens. Oh gosh, if we can go back to the UK, I will be there in a heartbeat. I was super bummed on how the Neo Buggy went for me when I first went there. Was in top 3 spot in the semi, and yeah, pretty bummed. Yeah, so the races that I have coming up soon for me, for those who want to know where I'll be attending, I will be for sure at the CRC Midwest Championships in Columbus, Ohio. Back-to-back weekends, I will be then in Alabama. I forgot what city exactly I'll be in, but for that SIC race, I'm super pumped on going there for my first time. And then right after that, I believe, is the Nitro Challenge warm-up at Thunder Alley. So I'll be attending that. And then I might be going to Omaha for the J Concepts Indoor Nationals. I'm not sure because we might be doing some private testing for some 8 skill to get prepped for the Nitro Challenge, which is not that far away from after those events that I named off. So yeah, it's a fine balance for all of us to figure out what we're gonna do for all these events, but for sure the ones I listed off I'll be at, and then we'll start off February. I mean, gosh, we've already feel like my whole January I'm like gonna be gone from home from the races, so hopefully we don't get any cancellations with the COVID stuff. But let's see what else we got. Hey Spencer, what is your preferred front tires on a clay outdoor track for B6.2? Well, I mean, if it's a clay outdoor track, I would definitely run the ellipses, silver ellipses. Grip and grip. Kyle's in the house. What's up, guys? Jan, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Trying something a little bit different. Hopefully the camera quality is better than normal because I am using my actual studio camera for the live stream. But yeah, doing a little bit of wrenching. I was going to talk about some of my cars getting prepped and ready for the CRC Midwest Championship. Currently stickering some bodies, so looking forward to kind of wrapping things up, getting things ready for the race. All my buggies are ready to rip for CRC. I actually will be racing 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, and stadium truck. It kind of seems like what all the other pros are going to be racing there. I believe the turnout should be awesome. Looking forward to seeing all the guys. We just wrapped up the Top Gun shootout at SDRC in San Diego. So Kyle was asking, what are the advantages of the Kashima coated shock bodies? My biggest opinion on the shock stuff, I think if you're going to invest on doing anything right off the get-go, I would definitely recommend the chrome shock shafts. The shock bodies do some smoothness feel. I don't feel that it's an absolute must-have. I think they look cooler. I do believe that the piston rides a little bit smoother inside the shock body, but if I had to pinpoint what was a bigger difference of change, it would probably be the chrome shock shafts. The kit comes with the orange orange ones. I think that the chrome ones ride a little bit smoother on the O-rings inside. So that's just my personal opinion. RC Kevin is asking, we got Jim Silva in the house. RC Kevin is asking, anything special you're trying on the 4-wheel drive? Nothing really special trying on the 4-wheel drive. I am running, it's been on my setup sheets. I am running a different offset front wheel. It is the 22X front wheel that J Concepts offers. It is not the B74 or the B64 offset. We've been kind of trying and experimenting a little bit with that. If those who Didn't know about that. It's why there's the setup sheets. The setup sheets that I have posted. You can kind of see the front pivot width that I'm running is all the way narrow. I have a 5mm hex on the front. All that is correlating specifically for that front wheel. The steering input that it has is a little bit of a slightly less steering on power, but it has tons more stability for the high grip tracks. So for those who are running on the super high traction tracks, definitely highly recommend trying the 22X offset, or it's the X before offset. Both of those are the same. So yeah, should be pretty good. You can see getting some stickers dialed in. See what else we got for the comments. What is going on with everyone leaving Proline? Crazy times. You know, I don't know for facts of what's really going on. I know what people don't really understand is people really want better product, and I feel that people are a little bit tired of what's been going on with Proline. I have no facts on that, but it's been a huge pickup for Adam Drake. Adam's been with Proline for a lot of years, and for him to see more potential with J Concepts is a huge for us and Jason at J Concepts. I think his experience and knowledge will be a great addition. So, but it's kind of, it's weird. I don't know what to say about the Proline. It's not really my problem. I run for J Concepts, which is, it seems everyone wants to run for them now. So I've been fortunate enough to be with him for almost 10 years now, and looking forward to many more years. So, but it's cool. We've established something pretty good. And Jason and Mayfield, it's been a great journey and learning a lot from those guys. It's been great. I've only ran Sanwa and Futaba radios. I've only ever ran those two brands. I've currently run for Futaba now and couldn't ask for a better radio program. It's super easy to use. The receivers are great. The touchscreen is awesome. So, Travis is asking, hey Spencer, do you slow down your steering or dual rate on your B74.1? I slow down my steering dual rate, or I slow down my steering speed and add a little bit of negative curve in all my vehicles. So on the Futaba radios, I turn it down to it's 0 to 100% on the speed, forward and return. I turn mine down to roughly 90 to 87-ish forward and return on the speed. And then for the steering curve, I always do negative 15. That's like my go-to number. So if you're running with Samwa, it might be a little bit different on the steering speed. I know some of my teammates on Associated, they run Samwa and they have their steering speed at like negative 30 or negative 35, both on return and forward. So definitely keep that in mind. I think people think the old school way where you always want the fastest servo and the fastest response. That is definitely not the case nowadays. The radio is the biggest piece of the puzzle when communicating to your car. That's the only connection that you really have. So if it's too hard to drive, you're just going to fly off the track, and we both know that ain't a good thing. Can't be flying off the track. And you guys going to be attending the CRCRC? I know I may have already asked that, but I didn't see any comments. Yeah, there is a lot of stickers here. Gotta look good though. Gotta look good. Bum, 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 bum. What's up, Jeff? CRC bound. I like it. Looking forward to seeing you out there and the crew. Should be fun times. The weather actually looks pretty decent. 40-ish degrees. I'm pretty excited about that. Craig's going Matty G. Should be pretty fun. How often do I change my radio? It's a good point. I actually, or good question. I actually change my radio. Well, first off, I have two radios, one for 8 scale, one for 10 scale. So what that does for me is it kind of keeps hours off the radio more. Obviously with 8 scale, the radio gets more dirty. You run a little bit longer mains. So I try to separate that kind of wear and tear on my 10 scale radio, just to keep all that stuff as fresh as possible. But I would almost say every kind of year or year and a half ish, I would put a new radio for each. So I think it's good to kind of recalibrate your radios every so often, every 6 months maybe, or every 3 months, depending on how much you race. So yeah, that's just kind of my opinion. Spencer, what is your cut out process for the body? Do you have a hobby knife, scissors, or Dremel? I actually don't cut out my bodies. Paul Wynn from J Concepts does. I recently started to pay him to do that for me. Luckily, we worked out something that made sense, so I can just get my my bodies and just sticker them. Definitely the best thing I was actually able to do. Yeah, P-Dub for the win, exactly. How often do I get new cars? My two-wheel drive, I have a practice car and a race car. I'll typically probably go through a two-wheel drive and a half, maybe a year. 8 scale with probably 1 or 2 cars plus a couple, maybe a chassis. So I go through quite a bit of product, but I also am racing a ton. Anything new with you guys that are watching? Anything you guys are changing on your race program? Anything you guys want to know? Please don't hesitate to ask. I'm here. I'm doing a little bit of wrenching, wasting some time, hanging out with you guys. Got my stickers looking good. Hopefully the feed's still working. BT is not going to CRCRC. He will be doing some work back at the office, but I'll be attending. Dustin Evans will be attending. Jackson Brunson will be attending. Blake Champlin will be attending. We have Aiden Horn going. A lot of the factory tracks guys are going to be there. Cole Tollard. We're going to have a good associated turnout. Looking forward to kind of seeing all the guys. Super pumped to go check out the barbecue place. With Matt Track not having the J Concept race, what's going to be probably the replacement race? uh, I'm not sure what's going to be the replacement race for that. So we got to check out the schedule. We're only trying to only go maybe a month out for the schedule. So my whole January is taken up. February is pretty much taken up. So once we kind of get past January, we'll kind of look on. But I do know we are going to be attending some more events that we don't traditionally go to. If you have any recommendations on events that you would like to see us associated guys at, whether it's myself or Dustin, Brent, or Richard and I, or whatever, I would think it would be pretty awesome to do. I had thrown out a couple ideas to the guys. I'd like to do a couple more. I'd like to do some clinics, maybe not for any big races, but maybe to come out and stop by a major event across the country to host an open kind of clinic, working one-on-one with people, whether you run associated cars or not, working on with them the tires, just so they can kind of get the proper information, keep them on the right track, and hopefully keep some people in the hobby. Yeah, Larry, I'm gonna be doing some more videos with the radio stuff, talking about steering, expo, curve, recalibration. It's tough because people always want to see like either a San Juan Futaba video, so I gotta play the cards right on explaining it. Nick, I don't know if I'm going to the J Concept race in Omaha, with the Nitro Challenge being super close and me going to all these races in January. I need to kind of see where we lie on all that stuff. So yeah, we'll play it by ear. I'm not sure what we'll end up doing. What caused me to go race for Futaba? You know, honestly, when in the beginning of 2019, I really was changing a lot to my program. I ended up changing to go to Hobby Wing, Sabak servos, ProTech batteries. So my whole program was changing quite a bit. And I was approached by Futaba to try out the new radio. And honestly, I was a Sanwa fan at heart. But I also heard that the M17 was having some issues. It had a lot of recalls at its early production stage. And I decided to go to Hobby Action. I ran the M12S, which is what I was running for the longest time. I had the M17, and I had the Futaba 7PX at the time. I ran all three radios, and I was shocked on how awesome the Futaba was. I loved how easy it was to use. The ergonomics, how it felt in your hand, felt really awesome. And I really didn't see the future with Samuel being all that good, considering with the problems that they were having. So I decided to make a switch, and it's been one of the better decisions that I've made in my race program. I know a lot of people have been running the radio now. Adam Drake runs it, loves it. Ryan Lutz, my local buddies, Tanner Denny. So, and then a lot of customers have been liking it too. Oh, okay, the 11th annual Rocket City Challenge, large outdoor loose dirt in Alabama. Wow, that'll be actually pretty fun. I'd like to check that out. I also want to do some more. I want to do a couple more Super Cup races in Florida. I did one earlier last year, in 2020, at Lee Sester's track, and yeah, I had a blast. So. Yeah, there's a lot on the bucket list that I want to try to do. Is RC my full-time job? Yes, RC is my full-time. I've been doing it full-time for almost 5 years now. I'm 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17. Yeah, since I've been 16-ish. I've been doing it full time. But I travel to about 20 plus races, 20 events a year. So gone all the time, which I love. Love traveling. Any 702 races coming up? You know, I'm not really sure. I know they're doing the JC carpet race there, so I might do some carpet racing. I know there's been a lot of movement going on in the team. I know I heard that ex-teammate Brock had left, so I probably will be doing some more carpet races. We'll see how we end up turning out. Let me read these comments here. Interesting to hear about turning down the speed on the radio. Are there other things that are no-goes for you, thinking about speed, motor, ESC settings, or weight? Are you running servo always on 6 volts? Yeah, so there's definitely a lot of no-goes on that stuff. I always run my BEC voltage at 6 volts. On my 10-scale cars, never at 7.2. There's no need for that much power going to servo. So, yeah, you know, there's a lot of things that I can say about that question, Eric. You know, I don't think having a super light car is that good. I also don't think having a super heavy car is that good either. So it's kind of finding that balance. There's a lot more to it than just saying that it's right and wrong, because I do believe that there's no such thing as right or wrong in RC. You'd be surprised at things that we test and it ends up working. I've ran several events with backwards parts on my car by accident. So yeah, it's tough to say. Yeah, I got tons of stickers. I will be going to SIC. Yes, that is one race I will for sure be going to. Yeah, super pumped with that. I don't know, since you guys are watching on my feed, I don't know if any of you guys have free time at the moment, but if you could go check on my YouTube page to see if the multi-streaming is actually working, that would be a huge help. I forgot to ask that, but hi Spencer, UK racing tracks are so poor compared to the ones in the States. How much are your entry fees at races over there? So practice fees are about $15, and then racing fees for club level races is $20. So, you know, I personally feel that the entry fees aren't enough here in the U.S. I believe that they should be at least 30 to 35, 40 bucks. That's my personal opinion. I pay to go practice at Hobby Action and Club Race. So I feel that it should be a little bit more. See what else we got. I have your comfy chair ready for CRCRC. Hey, that's what I like to hear. My rolling chair. Do you think it's better to have a zero-run car going into an event or have a weekend on it? I definitely think having a weekend on a running is kind of what you want. I definitely think a new car you really want to have some running on it, especially you kind of work out all the bugs. Maybe your EPA is not set, your car's not going straight, slipper's not checked. Yeah, I think it's nice to kind of to shake down the car first. What's up, Varric? Happy New Year's, buddy. Looking forward to doing some more nitro racing, seeing you guys. Hopefully you and the kiddo are doing good. Doing a little bit of stickering. Stickers. Gonna have my other body here showing me how to sticker my new one. Gotta look good. Yeah, I'm gonna be working on a T6.2 setup. I know it took forever for them to kind of post the setup sheet for that. It'll definitely be after CRC until we get a couple setups out. I know, Aiden and Dustin had a setup sheet from their winning setup, so maybe theirs are already posted. I'm not exactly 100% sure, but do I use LCG battery in two-wheel drive? No, I actually use a 6100 in two-wheel drive. I actually have a little bit of weight underneath it, 22 gram reedy weight. I just put the low profile battery in our four-wheel drive for CRC, since it's actually going to be a AAA main. So Todd is asking, hi Spencer, I'm looking to do a team associated nitro vehicle. That's good. That's good to hear. Motor wise, what would you recommend? Well, Todd, I obviously race for MX Racing, which is an OS based engine. I do sell MX engines, the same engine that I run in my cars. If you want to do something the same that me and Mayfield run, DM me for more information on that. If you do want to get just the generic OS engine, you can probably go through A-Main Hobbies or your local hobby shop. The engines that I run are custom modified inside on the piston sleeve and the shaft for smoother power band, better fuel economy, and smoother power. So that's just kind of the MX team is a private team. They do not sell engines anywhere. There's a few select drivers that have their own engine, and I'm fortunate enough to have that. So if you want any information, just DM me and we'll get back with you. Jan is asking 2 planet gears and a diff. In the two-wheel drive, I haven't ran it in for quite some time now, but I think the guys are running 4 gears again. I know I would actually message Blake Champlin. He would be the carpet guy to ask. I haven't ran carpet in so long, definitely over a year, so my information is maybe a little bit outdated. Jeff is asking, did you do a lot of testing on the SE 6.2? How is it evolution of the new parts, rear arms, towers? Yeah, we did a ton of testing, Jeff. I kind of was one of the guys that did majority of the testing on the short course. Dustin did majority of the testing on the stadium truck. People are a little bit bummed that we decided to do the standard flat arms on the short course, but we did that for a reason. We really thought that the standard arms that we currently had offered was the best for the car. I tried the gull-wing arms and towers on the front and rear, and for whatever reason, with the bigger body, the more weight transfer, it just didn't like that kind of style arm stuff. So I did tons of testing. I also think that the shocks on the front of the arm is the best way to go for the trucks now. I know for a while I was running it on the rear, but with the new arms and shock towers, it really helps the car carry more corner speed. It has awesome grip. The steering is smoother. I mean, it's a whole different beast of a vehicle. Both trucks, short course and stadium truck. So Yeah. Body almost complete. CRC is going to be a good track to see it the way the stadium trucks are, just because it's a lot more high speed, more traction. So I'm sure we'll be doing a lot more testing. We also have been running a little bit, slightly some different setup stuff on two-wheel drive that might indicate on some new magic on the stadium truck. So I'm looking forward to doing some practicing and testing there next week with the team. Yeah, so the benefit of running 2 gears over 4 gears, if there is any, it's probably because of the more fluid that you can actually get in the diff. With having the 2 extra gears, you're kind of limiting more of the oil capacity. So that's usually the biggest thing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are body complete. Need to keep some of this stuff. Just keep everything dialed and organized. I saw that Adam Drake just signed with Team Associated. I don't think that's true. I think he meant he signed with J Concepts. Yeah, Adam Drake signed with J Concepts. How do I set up my radio? Yeah, I turned the servo speed down to 89%, or 100, or 90% on both forward and return. I go over this almost every video about my radio. But yeah, I turned down the curve on the steering to negative 15, and just to kind of make it smoother on the steering wheel. Gotta keep it smooth. Any big racing plans this weekend, guys? Doing Sunday night club racing or anything like that? What is the difference between the gold compound and silver compound? It's a huge difference, actually. The silvers are actually naturally softer. The family of rubber is actually completely different. It seems that our silvers have definitely made more gains this year than we've ever seen as far as extra traction, the drivability. They're super smooth. And then when we run aquas, it really is at a track that kind of has lots of grip, but also maybe a pretty abrasive. And then when we run those, they're usually very smooth. And the way that the grip and tire, like the friction of how the aquas work, is it's like they kind of slide a little bit more, but it's like a controlled slide. So it's very interesting when we run it. Like I ran aquas at in Myrtle Beach for the Masters of Dirt race. It's where I won 4-wheel drive and got second and 2-wheel behind Dustin. I think Dustin kind of thought that, or excuse me, Dakota didn't really think that the Aquas were the right tire. I think he preferred the Silvers, but it's pretty crazy. I thought the Aquas were better, and he kind of thought the Silvers were better. So it's really just a personal opinion. Yep, this is my work area shop. Kind of maybe be able to show you guys, but kind of little studio area. Kind of behind, and then behind got some tires, car. Yeah, my little area. I didn't see the build challenge that Ryan Harris did. I typically like watching his videos, but I don't think I saw that one. Yeah, pretty awesome to see you guys tuning in. Hopefully the video, the quality of the camera and the view is better than it has in the past. I don't know if you guys are noticing a little bit of a difference in the picture quality, but yeah, got my body all stickered up. The J Concepts F2 body. I got my stadium truck right here, kind of ready to rip. I don't have a body for it yet. It's being shipped to the track. But I've been rocking the same setup on it since it came out. Looking forward to kind of racing with it. CRC. Got the Hobby Wing speed control, Protect battery. So, shocks on the front. See some comments that we got coming in. Oh yeah, the blind challenge. Yeah, I actually did watch that one, and I thought that was actually pretty good. Maybe when I have some free time, I can get one of my local guys to help me out with doing a video at Hobby Action. Or maybe if Jackson comes out, I can do a video with that. Yeah, if you guys have any suggestions on what kind of videos I should do for my YouTube channel, like I said, the YouTube channel is pretty much trying to give some good advice for the people in the hobby. I don't really, I try not to be super biased. Obviously, I race for the companies that I race for, but I really make it my mission to really be an open-minded person when doing these videos. I know you guys appreciate the content that I've been putting out. So, let's see what we got. Are you still using StreamYard? No, this is actually Streamlabs. This is a software, so I can. This is kind of the same software that the gamers use for their gaming. On this software, I'm actually able to stream on multiple platforms like YouTube. So right now, you guys are probably watching from Facebook, but I'm also streaming on YouTube live. So so people can kind of go back on my YouTube channel and see a live video of Renshin kind of going through what I was doing. So hopefully I'll do some more parts to this and make it a collage of our collection for people. So video and audio is on point. David Brunson. I talked to Jackson not too long ago. He said he was on his way home, so I'm sure he'll see you guys in 7 hours. StreamYard, I actually wasn't able to stream on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So I'm not sure if I missed something. Chris. Patriots fan? Question mark. I'm a Tom Brady fan. So I've been rooting for the Bucks. I wish the Patriots did better this year, but that's funny. Huh. Someone said that they didn't see it streaming on my YouTube. There should be something streaming. Yeah, I thought it was streaming on my YouTube. That's actually kind of a bummer. I actually thought that was actually live. So that's actually going to be a problem. We'll have to figure that out. But anyways, I really appreciate you guys checking into that. I'll keep an eye on that very shortly. Yeah. Make some, someone asked, or Kevin was saying, make an 8-skill video that shows your car doing something wrong and what you do to correct it. Okay. Well, I can just get behind the wheel for you. I'm kidding. Yeah, that's going to be tough. I have my GoPro. That's some good, observation for a video, good opinion. What's the hardest thing you've learned about setup? That's actually tough. I think the biggest thing that was the hardest to learn was to not worry about setup and just mainly focus on driving. I know people think that if they put on the same setup as me or Mayfield or Cavalry, they really believe that they can go out there and do kind of what we do. But I think the expectation and reality, that is definitely not the case. I think the biggest thing that people that do it for a hobby, they overlook setup and they find it, they think tires are a little bit overrated, and it's the most important thing to completing your car and setup is the tires. I really can't stress it to you guys enough of how great the silver compound has been at these races. It's changed the game at these indoor races for having traction pretty instantly. The longevity of the tires been super good. So you can easily make in other words, if you have, let's just quote unquote say you have the worst setup on your car, but the best set of tires, versus the car with the best setup versus the worst tire option, the car with the best tires wins by a mile every time. So if that helps you put on a perspective of how serious it is, when we work with setup, we're trying to find a tenth or two at a time. Tires, you can literally lose or gain seconds. If the tire has too much pin on it versus slicks, that's seconds faster or slower. Compound seconds easily, and consistency. That's pretty much the biggest thing. Yeah, I'll have to check into that. For whatever reason. Anyways, on to the next topic. But the interesting part about the YouTube thing was, in my studio it says that I'm live on YouTube, but obviously I'm on YouTube now and I don't see nothing. So yeah, I'll have to check into that. Yes. Go back here. But anyways, yeah, I will take a look at the YouTube stuff. But tires are the biggest thing. Setup stuff, people think about setup too much. So I would say, back to the question, the biggest thing I've learned is to not worry about the small stuff. We have a young racer. Raymond is asking, we have a young racer at our local club scene that is very talented and fast and has been racing for 6 months. What are some recommendations you would like or would give him to better himself as a driver? That's a good question. You know, I think it's important to try to kind of go to some bigger events and write down some realistic expectation and goals for those events. But as a driver, and giving him some recommendations is, you know, I think you kind of want to focus on your racing craft. Try to go to the track and set some goals for the day. You know, if you're there for the track for 5 hours, try to set a goal of maybe only crashing once or twice or whatever is realistic for the individual person. When I go test, if I go to hobby action and practice, typically when I go practice, I'm there for the second that they open the door to roughly about 6 or 7 o'clock until after rush hour. If I crash more than once or twice in those several hours, then either I'm not driving that good, or the tires I'm running weren't that good, or the setup is something's not right, or I got simply taken out by a Traxxas truck. So that's kind of how I look at it. Those are the kind of recommendations and goals, is just simply just working on your racing craft. Maybe tell them to work on maybe some mechanic skills, making sure that the car and stuff's kind of properly set up, everything's super free, and just stuff like that. I used to go to the track when I was really learning and just trying stuff. If you know, stuff that sounds crazy, shock package, ball stud washers, so you know what not to do. That's kind of the biggest thing. But yeah, so anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap things up here. Like I said, this was supposed to be a short to end Facebook, so I will have to see why that is. So anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. See you guys at CRCRC if you guys are attending. If you have any questions, message me on my Facebook, Instagram, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. And we'll see you guys on the next live stream. Hopefully we'll get this right. So anyways, guys, thank you so much. Stay safe.